But then again, I'm not a quarterback. I don't play that position. When you're under a lot of duress, it can be very tough. And from us sitting on a couch or standing on the sidelines watching, it looks a lot easier when you're actually taking the snap and standing over center. And a guy that knows all about that's joining the show right now. I believe he's on a golf course, but former quarterback of the now Washington football team, former quarterback of the now Las Vegas Raiders, Jay Schroeder. What's up, Jay?
Good morning. How are you doing, Brian?
Oh, I'm doing well. As long as I'm not at a golf course with a golf club in my hand, Jay, I'm doing pretty well.
Well, there's some days when it's a good thing to be on the golf course, and then other days it doesn't work so well. So, hopefully it's a good day.
Well, I'm hoping you have a good day. You're a good golfer. I mean, I remember the one golf tournament I played in. You and my buddy Mike Prinny carried the show, and I hit a few putts, and we won a tournament. It was kind of fun. But, Jay, so much talk this week, and I appreciate you joining the show this morning. But obviously, the Jon Gruden incident, so disheartening to the city of Las Vegas to see this go down. And, when it started out, everyone kind of, I think, initially jumped on Gruden's bandwagon saying, come on, it's an email from, 7 years ago. I mean, 8 years ago. What are we doing here? But then, over the next couple of days, obviously a lot more comes out. We're still not privy to a lot of exactly what all of those emails said. But this is really, really disheartening, and a black eye to the Raiders football team and a black eye to the NFL.
It really is, unfortunately, and I'm just surprised there's not more people involved. That's what concerns me, Brian. I mean, they kind of singled out Coach Gruden, and rightfully so, if that's what was in the emails. We don't know. We'll never be privy to all of it, I don't think. We just hear what they want us to hear. So it's unfortunate. I think there's going to be some concerns now with the Raiders. Who takes over the play calling? How does that work? How are things on the sidelines? Because it's a major shakeup right now.
It really is, Jay, and parlaying off of what you said, I mean, we've all heard now about the misogynistic and homophobic language used in a lot of these emails, but the point that you said about how is Jon Gruden singled out, I want to know about that. Now, you've been in both organizations. You were there before Daniel Snyder owned the Washington football team, though, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, it was Jack Kincoot was
on the team, and
Jack Kincoot was still the owner of the team.
I was,
and of course,
as a player, you don't know what goes on. You come in, you do your job. You're there. You're studying game film. You don't know what happens after hours. When the coaches are there till 3, 4 in the morning. I don't know. So it's hard to say. Everybody's an outsider, as I said. They're only leaking what they want us to know for their cause. We'll never know the true story.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was saying. It seems to me, and this is from an outsider and knowing a little bit, I mean, we've got a little bit more of the inside track, that, the NFL has a little issue with Jon Gruden, maybe more specifically Roger Goodell. And obviously we heard in the accusations, we haven't actually seen those emails, but he had some, we'll say, unkind things to say about Roger Goodell. Not that other people don't, but it just seems to me like they were out to get him. I mean, Daniel Snyder's involved in all these civil suits right now, but those things get tied up in litigation and in court forever, but nothing big. And Jon Gruden is just this tremendous fall guy. In no way am I trying to say Jon Gruden's some type of a martyr. He doesn't deserve that moniker based on everything we know, but it still is kind of head scratching that, this goes on and one guy, and they're not even investigating Jon Gruden or the Raiders, and somehow he's the fall guy for the Washington football team. That's probably, to me, the biggest surprise of the whole thing. And I do hope that more pans out and we learn a lot more of this in the days and weeks to come. And not that I want to see other people get indicted or get in trouble, but I just want to see that there's been a thorough investigation, because there is no way in hell Jon Gruden is the only guy that is involved in this. Although I do believe this, and Jay, your take, Mark Davis had no idea of any of this, and I think he's been kind of unfairly portrayed. I do think he should have said something, but come on, man, don't try to villainize Mark Davis on this one, right?
I agree with you. I don't think Mark had any idea. This was way before, Mark hired him and everything else. So I think you hit it right on the head. It was indicated that he said some unkind things to Roger Goodell. It was indicated he said some unkind things to DeMarcus Smith. Those are the two guys, the two powerful guys that run both organizations that run the NFL. You can't tell me they didn't have something with pinpointing Coach Gruden.
No, I agree, Jay. Yeah, and that, like I said, I think as time goes on, this will become clear. The picture will clear. It'll become a little more clear to all of us, and we'll see what went on. But John Gruden's days are definitely done. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, he was vilified. This guy will never work again in any of these industries. And I again, I can't say I feel bad for him. I'm still kind of numb and in shock over the whole thing. I didn't see this coming. This was truly a silent freight train, I think, to all of us. Jay, this Raiders team now, being a former player, I'm sure you've dealt with plenty of controversy in your life and your career, but as a football team, how do you band together? I mean, I know it's cliche-ish, and I get tired of that. Hey, you next man up, but in this case, it's next coach up, and this is a big deal.
It is a big deal, and I went through this when they fired Mike Shanahan and hired Art Shell, and our first game was, chaotic because we went from Mike Shanahan calling plays to one coach calling the running plays, one coach calling the passing plays, and then sending it through Art Shell, the head coach, for final approval. And it was a mess. It was a mess. We burned 3 timeouts in the first quarter. That's what I'm going to be interested to see. How much of this do they put on Derek Carr? How much freedom do they give him now to call plays and to change plays? Because you got a whole new set of play callers coming in. So the offense is going to have to try to just band together and see what they can do, piece it together, and hopefully it'll work out.
What do you think watching this team, your personal opinion? I mean, the intestinal fortitude. Derek Carr, no longer, you can say, he's got 30 years old now, so he's been in the league a little while. He's a veteran. I mean, they're going to look to him to lead the offense. Bisaccia, I mean, special teams coach. These guys really have they've got players from every unit, so they do kind of have their hands all over the cookie jar of the team. But this is really, like it's head shaking. Can Derek Carr, the veterans on this team, lead him? Can Bisaccia do a good enough job this year? I've had questions about Mike Mayock from the very beginning. But that's my opinion, and you know what opinions are like, Jay. But what do you think? I mean, your opinion of what's going to become of this team this year?
Well, you hit it on the head. It's up to the players now. It's up to the players to band together to figure it out. This chaotic week. It'll be interesting to see how they play today in Denver as they come together. It's up to the veterans. It's up to Derek Carr. It's up to the older guys on the team to step up and rally everybody together and say, hey, look, this has got to bring us either closer together or it's going to destroy the team. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the year. No question about it.
Surely is. He is Jay Schroeder, former NFL quarterback, the Washington football team, the Oakland Raiders, and they all had different names back when you played. As things move around and change. But Jay, finally, last thing, there's another grudge match coming up here in I think next month. The next time Denver actually turns around and comes back here to Las Vegas, you going to be a part of that this year?
Yeah, I'll be out there playing. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll be when Denver comes and plays the home game here. We'll have our celebrity grudge match, go out and battle it out on the golf course. It's always a good day to go out and play golf.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and I'll play this year. And Jay, if I play on your team, don't beat me up yet like you did last year. At least we won, right?
Well, at least we won. I mean, you made one putt, I think. So, hopefully this year we play together, you can make 2.
I'll need more alcohol. He is Jay Schroeder. Jay, we really appreciate you joining the show. Hit him long and straight today, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks. Have a great one.